And let's turn now to Mariann Montagne for more on Nike's earnings miss and what it could mean for this stock. She's a portfolio manager with Gradient Investments. Mariann, thanks for being here. When we talk about Nike's spending, it's not that that's new. So why did they miss analyst expectations this particular quarter?
Well, Contessa, as far as I can tell, they were just putting more into the product pipeline, new products, and we think they're doing very well at that. So we're going to ride this along with management. We think it's a very well-controlled company. We saw that in inventories. So as sales rose 11%, inventories were only up 7%. And we think that this is probably a very strategic move coming into really a peak back-to-school selling season. You know, it's bigger than Christmas time, I believe, for the apparel companies. So this is a very strategic decision-making on their part, and we go along with that.
Why'd the stock go down then, do you think? I mean, we talked about this confusion. There were really the big expectations were how they were going to do in China, and they have long said that China is not a problem for them. But the stock still went down after the report came out tonight.
Yeah, immediately after the report, Bill, it did go down a bit, but then it's come back to the positive. And I believe the strength in China was really a surprise to the upside. So we've been seeing continued deceleration. You don't expect 35% type growth consistently quarter after quarter. That's on a year-over-year basis. But what in fact happened is that we got a very slight deceleration from 24% growth in the prior quarter to 22%, and that's really a surprise to the upside.
And how much of an issue do you see these foreign exchange headwinds? Because, again, the tariffs don't seem to be affecting Nike very much. They manufacture 25% of their products in China, but only 10% of that is imported here to the United States. But the foreign exchange issues, is that a headwind for Nike?
Well, the way we see it is that foreign exchange will be less of a headwind going forward. That's the Gradient outlook on the U.S. dollar. So where it has been, the dollar has been surprisingly strong year to date, we think it will either flatten out or reverse itself. So it may become a tailwind for the next 6 months.
All right.
But you're right about you know, what they're doing in China in terms of the tariffs. They have many levers to pull. They could raise prices somewhere between 2.5% and 5%, which we don't think would destroy sales. They could move more of their production out of China, which they have done some. The net effect is probably, under current estimates, maybe 4, 5, 6% hit to earnings, which we think is not terribly relevant.
Okay.
But in terms of those tariffs, that's when they come and if they come, and we don't see those happening near term to the full extent.
Mariann Montagne with Gradient Investment. Mariann, thank you so much for your insight.